Hi, D.Ann's Designs here. This is Debbie Fletcher. I wanted to bring to you my conclusion for my Just Junk Journal challenge. It's for Dear Julie Julie. It's been a challenge, as I've never done one of these before, but it's been a pleasure to work too, and I've learned a lot from it. So I do appreciate the challenge going on, and I'm glad I accepted it. This is my junk journal. Get it all in here for you. Um, she's come out pretty good, really. I think, especially for my first one. I could not use anything that was not coming from my trash bin or that was already in a box that I have to go to Goodwill. So when I created mine, I chose a theme actually to go with mine, as I noticed that in my trash was Norman Rockwell calendar, and then in the box to go to the Goodwill was my Norman Rockwell book. So together, putting that all together into here, created my journal for, he's really one of my more favorite artists out there. I enjoy his way, his design, so I brought it into this journal. This is a paper bag, brown paper bag that I've used to create my front and my back with. Okay? In my trash was, it wasn't even half of a half. It was just like a portion of napkin in there. And I managed to get it kind of put together and put a little bit out here for coloring on here. Um, then I used, there's also some German book pages. They were really brittle, so I opted to just use as what I could of them, and they broke really easily, so they weren't the best subject to use. But anyway, you'll see a couple here and there on there. This is a dryer sheet. It's been coffee dyed. We were able to use two different colors of threads. So mine is a black on top, white on the bottom, and I ran black and white throughout whenever I was threading. This is a piece we can use like a shirt or blouse, something like that if we wanted to. I didn't have any of that ready to go out or thrown into, the trash pile, but I did have ready to go out to Goodwill was a scarf. And so I pulled it out and put it in with my accessories. Actually, the coloring did pretty good with it. I was kind of pleased with that. So I took the scarf portion of it and created a floral with it, stitched into it with my black thread, and put one over there. This is a dryer sheet, and I created another floral with it, stitched it down, and put it on top of this dryer sheet. We were allowed to use either cream or white paint. I did not have cream, and the white, it really should have been in the trash when I found it, but I worked with it, and we made it work out. Put it on top of here. We put it on top of here. And this is a doily, a paper doily that I've coffee dyed. Put it onto here. And we'll come along in here to the back. The back has a little piece of this napkin left. And then it's got some white paint here and there on it. This is the instant oatmeal pack that was in the trash. So, yeah, I used it for a pocket. This is a coffee filter. Again, dyed. Not a coffee filter. A dryer sheet that's been dyed. And then I used the threading, to pull it up into the center. This is a library card. Norman Rockwell wrote on it. Norman Rockwell pictures, which is what you're going to find throughout my journal here. Okay, let's take a peek inside. Do the bow. Now, Because the paper bag is so thin, I opened up an envelope that is a bubble pack in the interior, and I applied it in here. I was going to cover it up, and then I decided I really kind of liked the look of it, so I had just left it be in here. As you can tell, it also blended with a lot of the colors that was on this calendar page. Turn the page over, and we've got inside of an envelope. Went ahead and attached it onto this page, made it into a pocket. This is off of a brown paper bag, and this is a sketching out of the book that I used. This is a colored envelope. It's coffee dyed, and again, a dryer sheet. And these are the pictures of the Saturday Evening Post that was in the book. So I've popped them in, used them as a pocket inside of here. And it's really come out kind of cute that way. This is the other side of the envelope, of course. This is the calendar page. This is a packaging off of a Hershey's bar. This is a half price that was in the magazine I was allowed to use. This is the packing paper, and I've cut it, and you'll find it throughout the book as writing paper. So I just cut a few sheets and put it on here so that there's something to write with if you want extra writing room. And this is also writing room and writing room some more. This is came out of the cover of a cookie tin. It covered the cookies, so I just popped it in here. This is the calendar page. And this is a sketch drawing for Norman, who's age 6, and his brother Jarvis. And then this is Norman's drawing with the man and the boy and the dog with the leaf file. This is a picture out of a magazine, and I just kind of attached it onto the top of this card. It isn't really a card, it's black card stock. It was in my trash because it kind of got messed up on, and so I thought, well, I'll just pull it out and use it in here. I've got some writing sheets attached to it. Calendar page. This is from inside the book. It's going to have some heritage on him preparing to do the Louisa May Alcott illustrations. So it left a lot of information on there that I really enjoyed about him and how he took pleasure into what he was doing. This is Louisa May Alcott and her father. Sketch of them. This is Louisa May Alcott as a newborn baby, and a sketch of the father. And this is another oatmeal bag, and used as a pocket. This is a coffee dyed paper that I put in here. More writing room. This is a coffee dyed paper doily. I hope you can see that okay. And it has some more cards. Or I've turned them into cards. They were sketches off the Saturday Evening Post. And then this is a parchment paper used for coffee dyeing. And this is calendar page right in here. Okay, and we have some writing room on the back. This is what held the cookies from the cookie tin. Coffee dye put into here. And Norman Rockwell. It's a calendar page. This is Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, and stories of what he had to do with that to get this illustration rolling for the book. One of the illustrations that was there with it, the fishing pole that the boys always seem to carry. And then we have a couple of these, like Tom whitewashing the fence, that I put in here. I papered the back so that you can, write on that. More writing room. And of course we have the judge. He's like an ace of spades. And more writing room on the back of that. Then we have some more coffee dyed paper. And we have a little note of the Evening Post, Saturday Evening Post. We have this one here, the story of Helen Hayes. And then this one here is just a cute little guy flirting over here with a little blonde who's not paying attention to him. And this is Rosie the Riveter. And calendar page. Added more papers. You can write on that and write on this. We have, oops, yeah, we have more writing page here, and this is part of the calendar page. This is cut from the magazine I was allowed, and we have a little drawing here that I've popped in here, and of course the back of it you can write on. And then this is also Saturday Evening Post, where we have a couple of different varieties to choose from and which one you may like to look at. But they're very cute, comically cute. Okay, then we have another writing page. This is where I bound the page. Into here I use cotton thread. I just am not completed with the binding and can't complete it because of the material I want to use. It is not coming from my trash or from the Goodwill box, so I have to leave that out for right now. So this is why the rubber band was attached here. Okay, then we have the writing paper, and then we have another dryer sheet who's been copy dyed. Saturday Evening Post is some more of the little pictures that, of course, he's known for. This is Saturday Evening Post. This is going to be the tattoo artist. This was actually one of his very good friends, and he was also an illustrator too. And I left a little tidbit of information about that right down in here. This is a literary digest post he made, and I put some paper on the back so he has some more writing room. And this is another instant oatmeal container. Just kind of put it in here to be as a pocket. And then this is some more writing room, a paper tab. And then we have another piece of calendar. We have Huck Finn as his sketch. This is off of an envelope I had in the trash. And so I just kind of made it into where I needed it to be as far as a pocket page goes. Again, the more Saturday Evening Post papers. And this is a three-way on here. This came out of a magazine, so I just glued it onto there. This is a piece of copy dyed paper, and then we're going to have a bag, back into the bag, and then of course here's another post. This is off of a bar of soap. It is wrapped around the bar of soap, so I put it on here as a belly band. Right it over here to the back, says do not bend. You can always put more things into there if you want. It's, of course, the background is from the calendar page. This is from the cookie tin. This is another writing page. This is the country house article I cut out from my magazine. And then this is a piece of parchment paper I used to work on. This is the coffee dyed doily. This is another piece of coffee dyed paper over here. And then we have the calendar page. We have another piece of coffee dyed paper. This is the back side of that black paper that I pulled out of my trash. And this is from the calendar. No, it's from the magazine. I put it up there to the top. It's Norman Rockwell Evening Post. This is out of the magazine. Cut him out. Can you see that well? The little sailor guy, USA. And then we have writing paper in here. Calendar page. This is the other side of the paper that covers the cookies on top. This was what was left. It's a little it's a little rose, and it's all I had left of the napkin. So this is what I did with it. This is a piece of coffee dyed paper, right on. This is a packing paper in here. This is another piece of the calendar. This is the back side of the envelope. And it's holding the little sketch of the dog. And it's got a sketch of the ice skating going on in there. The window envelope. And put something in there to make it more decorative. This is Norman Rockwell sketching of him, his wife, and his 3 sons, and their puppy. And this is a custom declaration receipt that I kept and decided to just use it into there. And this is a sketch from the book, The End. You're going to have a couple more post pictures into there. This is the back side of the book, again with the bubble paper And then that's the end of this journey. Thank you for taking the time to share this journey with me. I've learned a lot in through this. I'm glad I did the challenge because I had a lot to learn. And this has really helped me a great deal. Thank you very much for everything, watching the channel here and cheering me on. So many of you have been cheering me on, and I really do appreciate that too. But yeah, this is where it's at. So thank you for your time, and I hope you like this video. If you do, could you please give it a thumbs up, and then we'll see what's coming up next. Thanks. Bye.